Well, hello. This is Rochelle, and welcome to my channel. So, I'm setting up my scripture writing for January, and I know that by the time that this releases, it's probably end of January, but you can still pick up the Roetz January printables. It is absolutely stunning, as you can see there. I covered my journal in a previous video, the cover page for 2024. I'm going to be using some fine nib Life of Color acrylic paint pens, which I also mentioned in that previous video. Quite excited to try them out, and in the end, very pleased with this. So I know it's late, and this video was ready really early. But in the life of, life, mothers don't have quiet spaces and times very often. This has been a whirlwind January for me after what felt like the fastest December holiday, if you can call it that, ever. Yes, what I do when setting up my scripture journal for the month is I draw out the 4 weeks or 5 weeks of blocks ready for that month so that the actual writing out of the scriptures don't take too long by still having to set up the things. I use a pretty standard template in the sense that I go in long blocks across the page. I make sure that I have my kind of open space for decorating in different places every week, very random as I can be, and then just take the pen and outline it. Other than that, I cut out the printable, especially the page, the day numbers and then the verse addresses so that I can have those ready and stuck down before I even start the month of scripture writing. I left this little bit of a mistake in the video where I started on the wrong date because this time I was for some reason working from the back. I don't know. Anyways, so I had to kind of lift off those numbers and restick them to have the right week and right days in there. I had January ending a little later than it already does. So I just stick down these number blocks and then take the verses, which this month was given to us in this very nice calendar setup. You can obviously keep that calendar setup and use it in your journal, or you can then cut it out and stick it down the way I do. It really, your function would determine how you would do it. And for me, I kind of have the verses like this. It just works for how I want to write it out. And so absolutely loving the kind of feel of this month's printable. It's really printables. It's really beautiful, soft pastel, and it talks about this Proverbs kind of woman. And so the scripture verses are not really verses, they're more chapters. So I will be going in and finding a verse in all of the chapters to then write down. Then I usually decorate my cover page for the month or my opening page for the month, where I kind of put my little, what do you call it? The summary or the like allocation of every day ahead of the month. I don't know. So I did some text stamping in the background. I used that January of Ella's and then some of the leafy flowers that was a part of her printable. Put that on the one side. Did some, I don't know, again, texture stamping just on the other side. I love the contrast between the black and then these beautiful soft pastel colors. It really worked for me. Then I just took some beautiful shimmery paints and activated that with some water and splattered it, and Bob's your uncle. Ready to dive deep into the Proverbs. See you soon. Bye-bye.